The title fits it then. Wait until everything goes up. You can give it about a couple of seconds. I can't see the glitchy screen. There we go. And then...
There we are.
Alright, what's going on, guys? It is the Rated X podcast here. 2 weeks late. I'm one of your hosts, Sam DeathWalk, joined with my other host, Rare Triple RK Colin.
Can I just say not the week before, not last week, the week before last week, or no, last week we couldn't do them because I'm pretty sure that was around the time the power was going out and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And the week before that was just all awesome.
Look at the fucking title of the fucking podcast.
Texas is cold. But anyways, hello. Trying to survive in this new way of living.
All
I guess.
I know is I made a TikTok account yesterday. It was kind of funny because I see nothing but Texas memes.
Fuck, it blew up really quick, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Fucking new world order, man.
Climate control to its max. I'm playing now, really.
DeathWalk's a 5G?
I have 5G, but not where I live. Let me go like 40 minutes out and I'll have 5G.
Yeah.
I don't have a 5G enabled phone. I don't have one of those yet.
Yeah.
Broke boy.
I'm glad I don't. You're gonna be retarded in like 5 years, probably.
I don't even. My phone, when I go to sleep, it's on the opposite side of my bed. And I have LTE right now. I'm not in a 5G area. I'm not retarded. I turn it off when I get home. I wonder if you can do that.
Brave new world, man. That's all I gotta say, though.
Let me check.
It's our brave new world.
Cellular. It should be in cellular, right?
Right.
We have Jake here. We have Jake here, too, as our guest.
Hey, boys. I've been relatively busy. And obviously, I'm also checking up with some of the homies in Texas. Like...
You didn't check up on me? The fuck?
Motherfucker, I could have checked up on you anytime if I could. But
damn.
But anyway, damn, bro. I'm thinking right now, I'm like, dude, I've seen craters inside the fucking ceiling. I'm like looking at it. I'm like, dude, somebody could just make.
We had busted pipes.
Colin couldn't even take a shower for like a week, and you're more worried about the other people, dude. That dude's dead had goose grease for like 4 days.
I did, bro.
Everybody that I know in Texas has had grease.
My power came on before I got the pipes fixed. So yeah, I was kind of fucked.
You know, my sister lives in Texas, right?
Yeah. And
she was like overreacting about it. I'm like, you're from Ohio. It snows 90% of the time in Ohio in the winter. And we got hit with your storm.
Right.
It was fucking terrible. We had a foot of snow. No plowing, no nothing. Like, I'm dead driving a front wheel drive car all through the rain, drifting around corners and shit, having a fun time, you know. And now it's like today it was 50 degrees, so I mean.
Well,
Jesus.
Not only that,
everything's gonna melt and freeze over tonight because it's probably like negative 30 million
our
degrees.
Our store
right
was
now.
closed down, and there was apparently mud in the water, so the water wasn't like edible for consumption.
You had to boil
or anything like that.
Boil water.
Yeah. And I'm like, bro. So we had to shut down for like a week, and then after that we came back. Our like lobby is closed. I'm like, bro. I'm just like, bro.
They don't want no stank ass person walking in there. Can you get a cheeseburger?
No, it's got lifted. The thing got lifted. Our lobby's closed still. I'm like, what the fuck? Why? Like y'all have no.
Do you want some stank ass motherfucker that hasn't brushed his teeth in a week because he has no fucking water still? Hi, can I get a cheeseburger?
And the next thing knows,
you have a mask on, bro.
Still smell that shit?
Not really.
No.
You can smell someone's fucking breath, bro, with a mask, and you got some heightened senses or something. I don't know.
I do sometimes.
Fuck, dude, I can still smell.
There's a guy that comes to my store with shit-stained sweatpants. I can smell them.
Unless you're face to face with someone, I can't smell anyone's breath.
I can.
You can smell somebody's
wear a
fucking breath. You can smell
Not wear a
somebody's breath. If you're up close and personal with a fucking mask, you can definitely smell it, and it depends on the type of mask you got. Like, if you got one of those fucking typical surgical masks, yeah, you can definitely smell it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why Fauci wants you to double mask, even though he says not to.
I'm not even double masking. I'm just getting like the fucking like red life little mask for a day.
He's like, bro, why?
It's like, bro, fuck them double mask.
I got
Fuck them
input from
double
people that
mask.
said stop politicking. And Colin is
I
politicking.
was making a joke. Come on now.
Yeah, it's a joke, but then, YouTube's not gonna like the joke. We don't joke about the pandemic. I'm just saying wearing a mask. I didn't mention anything.
It's all about the pandemic special.
Look,
now,
for all
now
we
we're
know, it could have been
blacklisted.
somebody fucking bad. Yep.
They're like, fuck South Park.
Wow. South Park did nothing wrong,
Sam,
guys.
if we were blacklisted, bro, if we were not blacklisted already, then we're probably been blacklisted already, honestly, but that shit we talked about before.
Y'all would have been instantly blacklisted for all the other shit that's been said in this podcast.
Hey man, honestly, we've been growing, honestly. Like every time we upload or upload a video or even do a podcast, we grow. So we've been growing. So it's not like anything's really bad happening.
Yeah, I almost did a stream
There you
of
go.
just me sitting here just talking to people for like a half an hour last week.
Hey man, that's not my
It's pretty
fault. Last
nice.
week was not my fault, bro. There's nothing to do about. There's not gonna be a fucking ERCOT sitting there fucking.
I know what to get you for fucking Christmas next year.
And that shit.
I know
And
what
that
to
shit
get you
comes
for
from
fucking Christmas
all
next
those
year.
employees from like fucking like New York and shit. Like they weren't even
Oh my
outside the
God.
damn building. So
I know what to get you for Christmas next year.
what?
Fucking
Power.
No. Roads, ice salt, the salt for the ice.
Ice salt.
Yeah.
Either I saw
I'll
or
never
give you
use
an
it,
independent water tank.
Yeah,
I'll just give you an independent water tank.
No, because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to BJ's
They're
or
gonna use
Sam's
it.
Club and get a big ass bale of it, put it in a box and ship it to you. It's gonna be like like 50 pounds worth of fucking salt.
You know what?
I'll be like,
As he's
honestly-
driving to work, he's just gonna be throwing salt out his window.
Colin,
you know, actually, there was salt. There's actually salt at when I came back to work. It was actually salt on the mats and stuff. I was kind of surprised. I had to wash it
I
off.
told you that they have road salt, but the thing is they don't have a whole abundance of it. They don't have like 10 trillion tons of it like we do.
Well, it's because of different climate. If I lived up there, it'd be totally different.
Yeah,
We-
for Matt
you go
Andrews,
outside my
yeah.
house right now, you'll see fucking a big bale of it sitting on the front. On the
I
front
mean, let's
steps.
compare. Let's compare. Basically, Sam lives in a not so humid area. The air up there is a little
According
bit
to
different.
the
than
video my sister sent me, I live in a Yankee state.
Technically,
Well, technically you do.
technically.
You're not really southern. I mean,
Colin, do you need me to go put on my redneck hat and cowboy boots?
well, Pennsylvania isn't.
Cue the Red Dead Redemption roleplay. Cue that. Just cue that. I'm just gonna see it happening.
No, what? I have a Lucas Racing hat that I got as a gift.
Bro, I
From a
have
redneck side of my
cowboy
family.
boots and a hat, bro.
I don't have a cowboy hat. I'm not that.
Okay,
To it.
so and-
I mean,
see, I live in Texas. We had to have that. That's how we roll. But I don't really wear it every day. But you know, that's how we roll around
I'm
here.
wearing a hoodie and sweatpants right now.
Uh,
So I look
t-shirt,
retarded
shorts.
as fuck if I wore cowboy boots right now.
Bro, my mom's fiance, he had boots on just with sweatpants. It was like, what do you think about sweat boots and pants or sweatpants and boots? I'm like, bro, you look
Do you have
retarded.
a pair of snow boots?
Snow boots? No, I don't.
Another Christmas gift for Colin.
I'm gonna just get fucking Colin a gas generator. Just get him a fat gas generator.
We have a
He can
gas
run-
generator.
No, I'm
Why
gonna give you a
didn't
big
you
Not
fucking
like
use it?
not like a big ass one.
Why didn't
I'll give
you
you a
use
big
it?
ass one. Wake your ass up.
Because it only went off like I probably went off like one day. Like we
Yeah.
only went.
And
We're gonna wait until like it got really bad because gas prices were going up. There was no gas at actual gas stations, so like everything went out. So did like for the pipes and all that stuff too. We couldn't even really get. We barely got a cap. It cost $10 for a cap for plumbing for plumber shit, and normally that shit's like about like a few cents. So
Plumber shit. Oh no.
So did you ever ass crack hanging out when you went to go fix it?
no, I didn't fix it. I asked my mom's fiance to help him out. He was like, "No, I need help." I'm like, okay, whatever.
Oh, I don't need any help. I
helped-
got this.
I helped
Do you
him
know
a
I
little bit.
would? Do you know I would have
Give him
told him?
stuff.
I'd be like, you have to have your ass crack hanging out since you're working on it.
He did though.
All fucking crack, huh? All ass crack. Everything else just exposed.
You know what you should have done? You should have got a quarter and dropped it in his undies.
Next thing you know, it just rolls like the arcade slot machine, be like, shook.
Then
Rolls
he's gonna
on
turn around
it.
and be like, what the fuck was that? Be like, you're a coin slot.
Like, what's wrong with you?
No, he'd be like, why did you do that for? I'd be like, I see your coin slot.
I heard it was 25 cents to go bowling inside of there.
Do you know what my fucking friends did to me when I was fat, with my neck fat on the back? They used to do the credit card thing that they.
Oh god.
Oh, that sucks, man. That's kind of humiliating.
I didn't give a fuck. I laughed with them. It didn't
Yeah.
bother me.
It was funny, but like that shit just does get agitating after a while.
It didn't even bother me. It really didn't. I laughed about it. I found it funny. I can do it, but I had to like scrunch my neck into my shoulders.
I can't even do it anymore. I used to do it, but
Oh,
my
I
neck
can't
is
do it if I
tight.
look
I don't have-
up.
I don't have back neck fat. I don't have that anymore.
Now I just have like fucking front neck like corpse grinder. It looks like it's just a fucking another
All I
shit in
know is
itself.
I'm trying to grow a beard.
Oh,
I look
I don't have
crazy
a-
as fuck.
I don't have a double chin. I'm good. I have a-
Oh
I have
my
a dad
god.
goatee now.
My friend. Do you know who Bodie is, right?
I've heard of
Yeah.
Bodie. Heard of him.
Yeah.
So
right.
Buddy sent me a snap of him doing his double chin. I tried to send one to him. I couldn't even do it no more. I was like, God damn, my neck hurts now.
Ah, fuck! I just tried doing it.
I can do it, but it's not like as pronounced as it used to be.
Yeah, tell me about it. I think Mateo his picture for me on his phone is me with my shirt off, squeezing my breasts, my fatness on my chest.
Breastises. Breastises. Why don't you just call them moobies while you're at it? Your man boobies.
No,
Your
I don't wear a bra, so they're not movies.
Nah, I can be classified as a fucking A cup.
Classifies as A cup.
No. I mean, what I could do is scream "free the nipple."
Well, you can get away with that. Yeah, you could do that. Totally.
Oh shit! I'm bad. I was on
Fucking hell, Colin, trying to give me a heart attack here with that. Like, yeah.
I clicked on a story on accident.
You know, I should do make a Reddit X podcast TikTok.
Why?
Just record retarded ass videos.
Soldier boy, fuck 'em stonks.
Yeah, we gotta get with the wave.
What?
We gotta get with the wave.
What TikTok?
Yeah.
That wave of TikTok would be pretty fun for you guys.
Oh, I would have a blast with it. I have some ideas in mind.
Start doing that and be like, yo, approval of this shit.
Turning into a millennial again.
A millennial again.
Yeah, at one point. No, I'm gonna be honest with you. I would say like when TikTok first came out, I was like, I'm not having it. And then Trump was talking about the ban of TikTok. I'm just download it on my phone. So if I try to sell my phone in the future, if he does get rid of, they do get rid of it, it's gonna be like Flappy Bird situation. If I get my phone's gonna go up, and then TikTok got bought out by Google, I think it was.
Even if it got banned, you
And
could have just
I
got
was
a
like,
VPN.
"God damn.
True.
You could just get a VPN even if it got banned.
That is true.
You have a VPN on your iPhone, so I mean.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I got IP banished.
No, my question is, because Solitaire was talking shit. Solitaire, do you get 5G on your iPhone?
I don't know. Let me turn off the LTE and let me look at that real quick. Because it's an iPhone 11, right?
I have a Pro Max. I mean, Colin has an 11.
Right. So
I don't think I have it on mine.
Is 5G in your area?
I'm sure it is. I live in. Well, I can't say where I live. It's confidential.
well, they already know where you. Well,
They can generalize where you're from.
it's a general idea.
Well,
It's
since
not
you're
like
next to an airport, you should have 5G because next to the airport where I live, I get 5G.
Yeah, I'm next.
Might be different though.
Where I'm living, it's by an airport as well.
Yeah,
So-
usually in those type of areas, there's 5G for some odd reason.
It always is.
And
Always is.
Where I live,
It's a goddamn
as soon as
conspiracy.
I hit toward where I live, the 5G turns at LTE, and I'm like, damn.
Same.
It was nice while it lasted.
Yeah, it's. I wish honestly something I do want to get though in the future. I definitely want to get a gigabyte of
5G?
internet. No, a gigabyte of internet.
Get a
Fuck 5G.
Fiverr sponsor us.
Well, the only reason why we don't have it, and it's only in our area, is because we don't have the cable that runs through here for that fiber optic cable. We don't have that at all.
That's fair. We do have like fiber optic cables for basically our lines, but it's just so fucking weak. Like they corrode easily. They either corrode easily due to the weathering, or they suffer.
That's definitely expensive. That happens.
Or what happens to them even on like a
Do you
hot
know-
day? They just
Fiverr internet is only like $30 a month.
No, I mean like, I was talking about like for us, we don't have fiber optics here, so we couldn't get fiber internet.
right.
Like exactly where I live, like.
Aren't you guys?
I'm on a website right now for 1 gig. It's oh my god, it's $160 a month. But you get 2 months
That's
free.
Wow.
What company?
General company name?
This is WoW for business.
Well, so we use Xfinity, so that's just expensive as hell. It's like 100 or between $100 and $200 a month.
I have so many windows open. I need to close these now.
Dude, you're gonna overload your fucking hard drive, or it's chill.
I know. I got so many windows open to this. I need to close some of it down.
You should upgrade your computer to a SSD, bro. I think your computer will run a whole lot better.
If I can even afford the money to do that, which I don't.
Dude, all you gotta do is get like
Biden's giving us a
$100.
$1,400 fucking stimmy next month. So I mean,
I can't. I cannot apply for unemployment because I haven't worked the amount of hours to even get unemployment. Not to
I was
mention
trying to
what's
get like a
recorded.
you don't
$20.
even need unemployment. My sister got both of them, and she's jobless.
You still can't get the stimmy in my book. You still can't get it unless you apply for disability or SSI. Probably can get it like that.
I can get
Dude.
disability.
I can't.
You probably can.
No, I mean, if
I
I could, I
actually
wouldn't.
can. I actually can.
Even if I could, I wouldn't know. Like, I don't like living on the government. You know why?
I wouldn't even
'Cause
want
they
to
get
do it anyway because I've
you
been
know,
working.
you know why I wouldn't. Even if I was actually disabled, I probably still wouldn't. I'll be kind of on
I
the
work
fence
with a
about it.
disabled person anyway.
And the only reason why I wouldn't is because that the government can take your money anytime.
We need this for the stimulus package. What?
Right. I got this shit playing in the background. Traders, Ruthless Hate. Pretty sure fucking
Alright.
math.
For people that do I want to mention this. I wanted to mention this. For people that do stocks, don't pull your fucking stocks. You're fucking with my stocks.
You motherfuckers on Doge, bro. Like,
No, fuckers be getting scared as fuck because it be dropping. No, that's a perfect time for you to invest more into it. I be throwing $5 here and there. Especially right now, I'm doing another $5 today. I was like, oh, word. Dogecoin went down to 4 cents, bet $5 into that. Sundown Growers went down to $1.23. Bet. $2.50 right here. $2.50 right there. Get my shares up. So when it booms, I can cash out. Like I was talking to Colin about it earlier when I was at work. When I was on my break.
That's some important stocks, good sir.
I got some stocks that will actually do good in the future.
Yeah, I'm holding
I
right
invested.
now.
Yeah, it's better. When they go
I haven't
down, it's
sold.
better to hold because a lot of people are gonna invest into it.
Yeah, exactly. It's why I haven't really sold. I haven't sold or bought anything
Like
yet.
right now, I'm looking at my graph.
But
And
it is a good idea
gradually
to buy
going
though
up.
when it goes
But
down.
the thing is, yeah, it is. That's what I did.
Right.
Now I have the Doge right now is almost at what 5 cents.
Yeah, it went from like 4 to 5 now already. So
Hold
you
on.
probably made
Let me
some.
go
You
to the
probably made
dip
some
point
back.
today, and let me go to the dip point.
You probably already made some money back.
The dip point. It dropped to 3.43, 4.2 actually.
The low. I saw the lowest earlier. I don't know if it probably went lower than that, but I saw it went to like. I saw it. I saw it went down 11% today. It's the lowest I've seen it. Then it shot back up. Come on, Elon Musk. We need you to tweet out again.
I have 3 cents of buying power on this app.
I mean, honestly, Elon Musk is completely awkward, though. He's just, as a person, he's just completely awkward about shit. You just hear him.
He is awkward, but he talks about aliens.
Before, and then went back into.
Right, he likes aliens and he likes.
This past week, I'm down $10, which isn't bad.
I mean, you'll probably make it back though. Like, think about it.
I already know I will. Just wait until spring starts. Wait until people start getting their income tax.
Yeah. I haven't got income tax. I don't know how to fucking file for that shit.
You don't know how to file for your income tax?
No.
Did you get your W-2?
No, not yet. I don't think I have.
What? Your job
even got a W-2.
Your job has until Friday to give you your W-2, and if they don't, you can sue your job. I hope you know that.
Oh, I know that.
They have until the 31st of February.
I haven't got shit.
I got mine at the beginning of February. I filed mine on Sunday because you couldn't file. They didn't send your files in until the 10th. So I was like, I'm just gonna wait, because I was gonna go to a tax guy, but then I was like, you know what, I can just do it myself.
I feel like I have a lot of money in tax returns right now.
Honestly, it wouldn't even matter.
For a full year?
Yep.
Do you see how mine was earlier, right?
Yeah.
I can show you mine from 2018, 2019, and 2020 to now. Here. I'm up like $77 this year on my income tax. On my federal. My state's still the same.
I'll probably...
And then Biden's giving us $1,400 next month.
Yeah.
So...
Yo, it sucks.
PS4, PS5 about to be at my house pretty soon.
You know what sucks though? Biden's about to pass a bill for $15 minimum wage, and I'm like, bro,
I won't even have a job no more.
Yeah, I probably won't have a job either. Well, I probably have a job, but I won't be working that much. Probably get like 10 hours a week.
Yeah, but you're getting paid $15 an hour.
Yeah, but
you'd be getting paid pretty much the same as you did before.
That's basically nothing.
Pretty much.
Yeah, you'd be getting paid the same as you did before, though, if you think about it.
Your only raise the minimum wage by at least $1 a year.
But won't everything else? Won't everything else go up though?
Yeah, taxes will go up.
Taxes, doesn't freaking food go up too? Doesn't it? Like food would go up too.
It would.
Food prices.
You get paid weekly or bi-weekly?
Weekly.
I'm gonna text you the amount you'd be making a week.
Bling.
Now, if it was me, I worked 28 hours a week. I'd be getting paid the same. Multiply that by 3. Oh, fuck. Then multiply that by 12.
Ah, finally.
I'd only get like $3 grand more a year. Yeah, it's not even really worth it.
It's not. Like, I don't know why he's doing that. He's just so fucking stupid for doing that. I don't mean to get in politics, but it's just annoying. Use that kind of stuff.
Technically, it's not really politics.
It's fucking my money, man. My real life money.
Oh my god! I just looked. Oh my god! I feel
What?
bad for you.
What? Because of my taxes?
No.
When taxes come out?
How much you get paid for minimum wage?
Oh, for us? Yeah, we get
Yes.
$7.25.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't have. Well, I'm not minimum wage, but
But still.
Is it at least a little bit above minimum wage?
yeah, it's like $1 or something.
My minimum wage is $8.80.
That's how much I get.
Wow.
I get paid like $9.50 an hour.
This is what happens when you rise the minimum wage way too fast. Or you raise it way too fast. Super inflated fucking economy. People don't even have much of a job. They get bought out.
I work 30 hours a week.
Yeah. Oh, never mind. I'm gonna talk about that. I was gonna talk about Ted Cruz. I don't want to talk about that.
Multiply that by 0.50. Wow, I probably make more money than you in a week.
Yeah, you do. You do actually.
Potentially. Then again, I don't make. At least the benefit of me is I don't make enough money to
You
file
have
for
one.
a W-2.
You get $1 more than I do an hour.
Right.
Well, I multiplied it by the hours I work a week.
Well, how many hours do you think I do though? 'Cause it varies a lot.
This will be interesting to hear.
You probably work like 30 hours a week like I do, because it's part-time. They can't give you more than 30
Yeah.
hours.
Well, they can. They actually can. They can't go. They can't go any other over 40. That's what I was gonna say about the $15 minimum wage. They're gonna cut everybody's hours, and you probably won't go over a certain amount of hours.
So
You're probably go
142.
say like you have 40 hours. You can't go over 40 hours. Probably like 30 to between 30 and 20 ish. That's gonna be really like annoying, honestly. But you're getting to pay the same, but it's just
You're getting paid.
but
'Cause
less
I
but
get
less
paid
work. It's just less work.
after taxes. I get paid like a week, like $500 a week. Because I get paid.
Problem
weekly,
is,
and I'm fine with it.
well, I mean, the problem I really have with the minimum wage going up so rapidly is because for like other jobs, like if you're working at essentials,
For you,
let's-
Mr. Chemist Boy, when you by the time you go get your job, you'd be better off working
Motherfucker,
at
let
a
me finish
fucking
what I gotta
Walmart.
say. Anyway, that's what I was saying. Only problem I really have is that what if you look at a trade, for instance, like you're working in a plumbing, and then if you raise your wage to $15, and say you only get like what, $14 an hour for roughly doing plumbing jobs, depending on where you live, that just demeans the entire value of trade. Right there. For $15 an hour for minimum wage. Comparing it to a regular trade.
I'm gonna quit my job pretty soon though. Like tomorrow.
Plumbers get paid $27 an hour, by the way.
In your area.
No, this is in general. It says plumber salaries average $57,000 per year, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. The average hourly pay is $27 per hour.
For some. Depends on their
I think
state.
And it says expected wages vary depending on your experience level, your specific industry, the demand of plumbers in your area, and the average rate of pay in your state.
Oh, you know, I want to see if I bet plumbers are going crazy right now. Hold on, let's see.
Let's see here.
Now I want to look at plumber
If I
jobs
was-
in my area right now. I bet it's going crazy right now. People are going.
I remember before then it was like maybe 3 to 4 years ago it was about 14 to 15 an hour.
Apprentice plumber,
was-
$14 an hour. Licensed journeyman plumber, $23 an hour. That's the first two ones that pop up in my area.
They work probably, I'd say 40 hours a week.
Or more. Probably more. Sometimes people do overtime.
45.
I actually, dude, I would love to
Multiply
go
that
to a
by
job. Dude,
You'd
I
be
would
making
love to go to a job that
$2,400 every
overtime.
other week.
Every
I
other
would-
week, but
I would love to go to a plumber job and actually like, or not plumber job, but like go to a job that could actually give me overtime.
What you need to do is go to a trade school.
Yeah. Well, not really. Not all trades. Some trades will just do apprentice and you just work your way up. And you-
Right.
Mhm.
for example,
That's the
again, the
idea of
plumbers.
trade school.
But why would you want to go to school, waste your money, and then all that, and then where you can just
When you're going to trade school, it's cheaper than going to an actual university. That's why I said you'd be better off going to a trade school.
But I can get I can get apprentice job though.
And all you gotta do, Colin, you will be a certified plumber within like a year.
Pretty much. And depending on who you have to be under as an apprenticeship, that you could probably get there within like what?
6
6 months?
I've already looked into all this because I was gonna go to a trade school to become a
Mechanic.
coding.
Oh, coding. Yeah. We're talking about that. I'm thinking of Jeremy.
Yep.
You know, and for me, I'm already certified in C++ programming. So I mean, all it would really do is be a refresher. Like that's why I explained to my manager at my job. He was going to college and then he just said fuck it and just started working more instead of going to school. And I said, do you know all the work you've done so far is still in their system? All you would have to do is probably retake some classes because of the updated softwares and stuff. And he was like, yeah, I know. And I was like, why don't you just do that and get the fuck out of where you're working? I already know how much managers get paid at my job. I'm tired of that place. The only reason why I'm still there is because of my manager. You should be happy he's a good manager, because if not, I'd be at a fucking factory.
You should just go to a new job.
That's what I'm going to do.
You should just go do it.
You know, for my job, if I'm going for a chemical analyst, so if I'm going to be a chemical analyst, it would go from 29K to 80K a year, averaging before
My brother
tax.
makes more than you. Your first year.
For first year,
Factory.
not bad. It ain't
Like
a
if I
bad
end up
rate.
working at the factory, I'd probably be making more money than you your first year, and after that, you can talk all your shit.
But it'll be a pretty decent job, so I don't want too much money. Is the thing. I don't want too much money, but I want at least enough to keep it affordable. Just keep it affordable for me, family.
Have you ever listened to the Biggie Small song where they go, "If I rule the world"? That should be your mindset.
I'm always looking for more money, honestly.
Money revolves the world. I hope you know that. It doesn't matter what type of currency it is, it runs the world. If it's
Yes,
US
but I already had
currency,
this talk.
like
More money, more power.
exactly.
Yeah, it does.
We have to think about it.
Instead of being
Bilderberg Group.
Instead of being, an average Joey, you can be drive around in a Tesla in California, going back to the Hollywood Hills.
I would not live in California. Fuck that shit.
That shit seems pretty
Fuck.
dumb.
Fucking bums everywhere. Fucking needles everywhere. Fuck that, man. They can live in my house and shit. No, I'm good, bro. Fuck that shit.
Either
just
way,
saying-
I get what you mean, though.
This is
I get
just,
what you mean, though.
This is just me being optimistic about trading in stocks. If I ever hit on anything and hit into like where I had M's in my account, I would have a house. I'd most likely move to Texas. Most likely. And I'd buy like a 5-bedroom house. And be like, hey, who wants a room? That's all I would say. And I'd own a house in Ohio, so I can come up to where I live now for like a season. Like when winter hits, and if I get bored of being in hot weather, I'm gonna go to snow.
But yeah, chemical analysts are a really good job because a lot of people require that. Like, I'll give you an example. People who work in the oil field, check sediments, compositions, products like that.
You can work for a gas company.
Basically, like Murphy Oil, if you know about them. Chevron, probably them.
Is your college gonna help you get a job though when you leave or when you get out?
We have to look for
his final year in his school. They're gonna give him like options for apprenticeships in different companies.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
If it's a trade, but like it's not. If you could be a trade, but I'm trying to get my bachelor's first, and then I could just go into. But I gotta go into an internship at some point. I'll do my undergrad research.
Dude, I would fucking hate college, honestly. I'm gonna be honest, man. That shit's just like a mental institute. They tell you America's bad and everything.
No, all college does is basically do what like high school does for you. It prepares you for the next level of your life. That's all it really does.
Yeah, but the teachers are kind of they talk too much about too much of politics. They're trying to push their ideologies on people, and it's like
they're professors. They went to school for like 12 years for it. So I mean, at the same time, they can teach whatever the fuck they want. If they wanted to teach you pornography, they can do it.
And while I agree with that, I've been fortunate enough to not have to deal with that 24/7.
That is good.
That is the best part about this campus.
But you know, I'm sorry, go ahead.
And for anything that's like historical, we just basically go reference to see, hey, what caused this accident to blow up? Well, there was such and such reaction with a nitrogen tank blowing the fuck up and causing it mixing with the other reagents, and then bam, the whole entire lab is just completely a mess, or the whole entire desktop is corroded. Yeah, eat. And even then, it does give you prior knowledge.
I don't like how colleges do that though, with kids like that. It's like,
what, force you into the political game?
Yeah, like I mean, I guess unless they are into it, like they chose that class or whatever. But like at the same time,
to be fair, whenever you go into college,
it's like you should like push them to free think. I don't know, instead of thinking one way.
You could do a philosophy class if you want to do some free thinking like that.
Or you can do sociology.
Problem is, sociology dives too much into the politics, and therefore...
Yeah, but the thing is, it gives you the free will of giving your thought about society as a whole.
It does, but the group mentality is what's the issue when it comes to sociology classes. Sociology classes...
I think people would be too scared to speak up about certain things. They get bullied or something.
Not only that, but they would just basically cripple to the group mentality or either conform
Most likely what would happen, Colin, is that your ideology wouldn't matter if other people think that their ideology is more important than yours. They would push your thought. They would push your thought to the side because the mainstream thought is more important than the outside thinking of other people.
Yeah, it's because he pours sheep.
Exactly.
It's not just that. It's just a thought of, people listen to more mainstream medias and stuff like that than anything else. Now, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with mainstream medias or nothing like that. But what I'm saying is that if you sit there and watch fucking Fox 8 News or whatever all day, you're going to believe what they have to say over, somebody on Twitter or like Keemstar or whatever. You know what I mean? There's different types of sources where you can get your information. It just depends on how you ingest it and how you perceive that their message to be at the end of the day.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just feel like
It's all
people. I'm just saying my opinion. Like, I just feel like people should just have be free thought and not
that's the
be
thing.
be
Free
like
thought
left or right.
nowadays. Free thought nowadays isn't really much of a thought anymore because
Well, it's because
listen, it's either Billy over here that watches, CNN all day, and you got Joey over here that watches independent media all day. They have different ideologies and different ways of thinking. So, what were the two names I used again? Billy and who?
Bobby.
Billy and Joe.
Okay, so
Whatever.
So I'm gonna say this: person A that watches mainstream media, and person B that watches independent media, right? Now, person A, right, that watches mainstream media all the time, has his own will of thinking and his own ideologies and everything, right? Because it's his right to do what he wants. But person B, he did his research and all that stuff and has his outlook on everything that's going on in the world. And he says, you know what? Everything's fucked up right now, dude. I don't feel comfortable with how life is right now. And then the other guy is like, nah, life's pretty good right now. You want to know why? Because the people that we didn't want to be in whatever whatever ideology you believe in isn't involved in that no more. So and then it just turns into a big debate because, nowadays people can't sit there and be like, you know what? I agree with what you're saying, but I disagree. Nobody can have a
natural conversation.
It's not
or constructive
thought
or sit there and actually take someone and just go with it and not get upset and start a problem or start a riot or whatever. And I was gonna say this too, is it's not just that. That's just like level 1, and then you got level 2 where the media is prominently just projecting this stuff, like every little thing, like literally anything that's going on, they just keep going on and on about it and keep pushing it to make something look bad where it's not as bad or anything like that.
Yeah. That's because it makes them more money. It just makes them more money, dude.
I'm not saying, I don't want to say like every person in the media is bad. Like, there's good people in the media, like there's good people out there, but
there's generally a lot of shit people.
There's a lot of shitty ones. Yeah, I think a lot of them get I think they get paid off by certain people, like like people in the government and stuff. So,
oh yeah, they do.
It's not only the fact that people can't take constructive criticism. It's just how life is nowadays. Today's life is different from.
You can't have a different opinion. That's
it's
what
not.
it is.
It's not really.
No, it is, bro. Like, why do conservatives get banned constantly on Twitter or Facebook? It's just it sucks. Like, you can't have different opinions anymore.
All I gotta say is I hear some wild shit from people that watch independent media. I'll tell you, no, not you. It's somebody. it's somebody else I know. But I'll tell you about it after podcast, because I don't want to get too deep into it to the point where there's no return, where we end up fucking having to go call a drug dealer for DMT.
Nah, just inject it into your pee-pee. It's fine.
I am not injecting anything into my penis. I hope you understand that.
But it's the best form of GG Allen you'll ever experience, mate.
No.
I kid.
No.
I feel like I said, I just feel like people just can't have an actual like a debate without getting upset.
It's not really a debate. It's just it's because a debate. That's what people are doing. They're debating, but
or sharing. Let's just say this: I don't think people can share their own opinions without getting upset. Because one PC party gets upset.
Is sensitive too.
Yeah. That's true. and like I was gonna say about Twitter, it's just a echo chamber. It's all it is. That's all Twitter is nowadays.
Speaking of sensitivity and diversity groups, the fucking Coke company. Oh my! One of my friends sent me the video the other day about that. I'm looking at the title, and it literally says, "The Coke company literally tells its employees to be less white at a diversity meeting."
Yep.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but the full definition of racism here is basically to impede and degrade your skin tone and generalize it as like a hated group, like anything else. Correct me if I'm wrong with that. And it's not just power and privilege equal racism, which is a definition that everybody else seems to throw out nowadays.
No. There was a video like a year ago talking about if white privilege existed. I'm pretty sure we talked about it, right? How they degraded, white people and shit. The thing is a lot of people that are level-headed don't use their skin as an advantage. They use their actual state of being in life as a privilege.
Right.
But now you have those people that use that as an advantage because those people grew up around it or whatever, you know what I mean? But we've had this conversation off podcasts before about white privilege and all that stuff. Now, I say this all the time. White privilege exists when people let it exist.
I just feel like sometimes people just want to be they put what is it? I can't think of the word now.
I'm sorry, but this is like the little definition of being a racist. Right there.
It's not being racist, it's more prejudiced.
Well,
it's more of using the it's more of using stereotypes.
If you saw what they said in there is don't oppress people, don't have any courage or anything like that, and just basically belittling white people. It's what the fuck?
That's been a thing all of 2020.
Y'all are switching the roles right now. It has been a whole thing, but still, they're switching the roles on everything. You're fighting racism with racism. That makes no fucking sense.
And I've been saying that since the beginning of dawn. Racism comes in all forms, but nobody fucking listens because
no one talks about it either. No one talks about it. You never hear the media talk about it. The mainstream media they don't ever talk about it.
It's a fucking shame, dude.
Just to think, once upon a time, this mainstream media was actually something to listen to, like CNN, for instance. It was the thing to watch, and now it's down the rabbit hole. It's down there now.
I don't even really watch the news.
I don't either.
I don't either.
Just die on everything. I have an app on my phone, and that's where I get my news from. I don't watch mainstream news because mainstream news for me was COVID numbers.
That's basically been it.
Shootings in my area, robberies in my area, and Karens getting arrested at grocery stores for not wearing masks. That's literally been my news for the past month.
Yeah, mine's been the power outage recently, so the ERCOT shit.
So how did it feel to actually have snow on the ground?
Well, I know the first time I had snow on the ground.
No, that much snow.
No, I've had about that much snow. I used to live up in East Texas. I had about that much snow here. So not my first time.
I'm just saying where you're at right now.
Well, actually, I kind of didn't really care for it, honestly. Because it's the thought of it is cool to have snow, but at the same time, when you have it and you have no power and everything just breaks, and it's bruh.
I can't help it that your where you live wasn't ready for it.
I don't think it was we weren't ready for it. I think it was the design. I think it's multiple things, honestly. I think it's the design of the windmills we have, and then also I think it was the federal government well, we're not really under federal government, but like there was people out of state that were controlling our power, and they're not even in the damn facility doing it. So they just turn down our grids and shit, and it's so stupid. I don't. But yeah, they're going into investigation right now. Actually, they fucking Ted Cruz got under fire by him leaving. I'm like, so you're gonna get mad at him, but when Cuomo from New York puts people that are sick in nursing homes and give people COVID, there's no coverage on that. Okay, that's cool.
But it's just kind of funny because this came from a whistleblower from the Coca-Cola company. There was a whistleblower right there. That's how that information came out.
Yeah, but it blew up. Like he did.
It blew the fuck up. It blew the fuck up really bad.
But like he did a bad thing or something. Like, okay, he went to Cancun.
You want to go away from the snow.
What, Ted? Oh yeah,
He's stupid.
Shit blows up on Facebook, and every day people complain about something like that, and it's just
it's because nobody has nothing to do except for be on social media and watch news nowadays. Like, we can't really do nothing, and every time we try to go do something, we get shut down. That's literally all it is.
Oh,
and that's a literal fact.
Yep.
By the way, the reasoning why our case numbers are up in New Orleans is because it was a stupid fucking tourists who do not follow the guidelines. It's not even the locals, but it's the dumbass tourists who come on vacation to do that shit.
I haven't even left my state since I went to go visit my dad.
Bro,
right.
I haven't done shit recently.
I haven't
literally been.
That's only because I don't have a car. I don't have a car yet, but I'm gonna be going places.
The thing that we did is we went out to eat for Valentine's Day on Saturday. We went a week later, so we didn't have to have a fuck ton of people near us. You know what I mean? And I wore my mask the whole entire time I was out eating, and I got bitched at for it. My mom's like, "Why do you have your mask on still? We're about to eat." I was like, "COVID."
I take my mask off when I'm sitting down.
I wear my mask all the time.
And
I really don't.
Even when I'm in the back by myself, I'm still wearing a mask.
The only time I
take my mask off.
Does that work?
The only time I take my mask off is when I'm drinking something, or if somebody's hard at hearing, and they can't understand me.
Only time I ever take my.
I was gonna say the only time I take my mask off is when I'm at work or I'm not in a private business place, like any like grocery store or anything like that. So own business. I don't have my mask on. I'm outside or federal building or anything like that, I have it off. Like any federal grounds, I should say, not federal building. Any kind of federal grounds or anything like that. Like I just have it on.
I have mine off. The only time mine's off is when I'm in the vehicle. If I have my window down, I put my mask on still. I don't care.
The only time I usually take my mask off, like in other public buildings, is when I am actually eating inside a restaurant or eating on campus, and then put it back on after.
I even advocate on my Snap every now and again. Don't forget to wear your mask, kiddies.
That's funny as fuck.
It's funny as fuck because people don't. There's people that now, like a year and a half, like a year later, still don't wear masks.
Well, only reason why
try to get away with it. No, we have a policy in my state to where if you go into any business, private or public, you have to have your mask on, right? People, they put their hoodies over their nose, or they put a cloth over their mouth. And my job tells me if you see somebody not wearing a mask, you have to give them one. And people give us a hard time about it still. The only time I don't have my mask on is when I'm not inside of a building or when I'm getting my hair cut.
Funny thing is, the hoodie that I have has
if there's a
place mask.
Sorry, I'm gonna cut you off, but I know there's a place where I get my hair cut. They say you have to wear a mask unless you want your barber to. I'm like, hell yeah, I don't have to wear a mask.
My barber, I asked my barber, I'd be like, do you want me to wear my mask? He says it'd be easier if you didn't have it on. I'm like, okay. That's literally all I say is okay, and that's why I don't really go get a haircut. Is because of that reason.
I ain't scared. I ain't scared no COVID.
Okay. One of my friends got it, and he said literally he does not feel the same as he did before.
It's kind of weird. It's weird for how COVID's affected people. Some are completely asymptomatic about it, and some are not. And some are symptomatic. It's just a mixed batch currently.
You know what's weird too is that they're probably gonna start forcing people to take vaccines and shit like that, and people that take vaccines still have to wear a mask. I'm like, what the fuck's the point? It makes no sense.
That's until everybody takes the vaccine. It's gonna take time. That's what you gotta realize.
So I have to get I have to take a vaccine so everybody else can not wear a mask. That's so stupid. That's like basically submitting to tell your government. That's what it sounds like to me.
My mom got the vaccines, both of them, and she still has to wear a mask at her job. She has no problem with it. She wants me to get the vaccine, and I told her no. I said until I see 100% ineffective rate, I'll have a mask.
Now, Sam, I'm going to be realistic with you here. You will not see 100% statistical significance of effectiveness. You'll basically see somewhere between the ranges of 95 to 99% effectiveness. If
you're not going to see 100%.
Right.
Then I guess I'm an anti-vax kid.
Fucking Christ.
I'm not necessarily anti-vax. I just don't trust that vaccine.
When I got the flu shot, I ended up with the flu for 2 weeks.
All right. Now, Colin, go ahead and give your reasoning as to why you don't necessarily trust this vaccine. Just go on ahead, talk about it.
I'm gonna say animal blood and fetus tissue, like my sister did.
That's actually what I was gonna go with, and it's promoted heavily by Bill Gates, and so yeah, there you go. That's my main reason why.
Well, okay. Conspiracy theory aside, and putting in the actual science here, could you think about another reasoning why, and could you compare it to other vaccines why? Because you're not really an anti-vaxxer, but you have taken other vaccines before, but could you compare the differences as to why you don't particularly trust this vaccine?
I'm telling you why. It's the only reason why I have. And the reason why is because literally Bill Gates I think what country was it? He gave a vaccine to some countries, some kids or whatever, and they literally were running away from him and shit like that. From what I hear, I'm just like, what the fuck, man? No.
This is probably another third world country that he did it to, and
it was a vaccine. I forgot what it was for though. I forgot what vaccine was for. But
it could have been for yellow fever or anything like that. But the reasoning why I don't trust this particular vaccine is because it's way too soon. Way too soon.
Yeah.
You compare the vaccines that you typically give for a tetanus shot, an MMR vaccine, shingles. You see these vaccines that are effective with an antibody titer for 15 to 20 years. And this one is just kind of irregular to me. Unless they foolproof have developed something to where they can basically get down to all the recent strains, and it's actually about 99% effective, then sure.
My
And how long?
92% effective on both of them. Well, now she said in 2 weeks she'll be 95% free from getting COVID.
It's probably because it takes for some people varying by ages. It could take about. When does she take the shots?
Last Saturday.
Give it about 3 weeks.
And then she wanted to go out to eat because she got the vaccine.
Way too soon. Give it about 3 weeks. Give it about 3 weeks because you have to let your body adjust to the new antibodies to the new RNA that was basically placed into you. And then the antibodies start to develop once the body starts to recognize it. Yes, you will experience at least a few symptoms here, but you have to adjust it like every typical vaccine. The only problem is I'm afraid of whatever the rejection rate is going to be or the success rate decreasing. Now,
well, I heard old people are getting sick too after taking it. Like they're getting sick and they're dying from it.
True, but you have to think about it this way. Those who are in their 60s and up do not have the antibodies to produce anymore. Or the immunity system has probably arisen from other complications such as having a lupus, fibromyalgia.
So then what's the point of taking it then if you have all those issues? No point taking it.
To prevent something like the Black Death or the bubonic plague. That's the only reason that they would ever do that. You remember the historical records of that shit, right? From the 1820s and 1920s.
But okay, how many people would think you actually died of COVID right now?
Currently, I checked, there was about 20 to 30 cases so far.
Died, like actually died.
Over 500,000.
From what I heard, it was like 300K. Like I think it was like last year.
300.
And the survival rate is like I think like 99% in younger people.
And younger people because
I was gonna say this too is that also it matters if you have complications or not already. So I'm not really too worried about COVID. I'm not really too worried. Like I feel like I'm pretty healthy, you know. Like I'm not really all that. I'm the only person I'd be worried about is my mother. That's about it. But that's about it, honestly.
Right. The only reasoning that you would be basically worried about that is just, you know, what is the age of your mother? Not just, you know.
No, it's not her age necessarily. It's her complications she has already. She has.
Go to your list.
I was gonna say she has lupus, so she.
Yeah, it's gonna be Is it active?
I think she has lupus. I think she's yeah.
But here's the difference: is the lupus active constantly? Yes or no?
No, she has like flares once in a while.
Flares?
Okay. Yeah, like every few weeks or so. She'll get flares.
This is another complication because with lupus active as an autoimmune disease, obviously you know that it just prevents you from producing some sort of antibodies or immunities that you typically have. And it could reactivate other cells that you're trying to fend off against. Like it could probably reactivate some T cells that are related to cancer if you do an immunology test.
Also, she has. I think it's a bronchiolitis something. I forgot what it's called. I don't think it's obliterans or something else. But she has lung problems as well. Like she don't use oxygen much anymore, but she used to take oxygen when she was a lot bigger.
Like I had an oxygen tank, basically.
Yeah. Full, like not like a tank, but she had like an oxygen machine.
Okay. I mean, there is such a thing as like a little respirator that they use to suck in when you're like wee young or wee old. I used to have that as well. Those are not so fun, especially for kids with asthma.
I used to have asthma.
Yeah. Like for anything that's like a bronchitis or asthma, they usually administer those type of oxygen machines. And it's usually filtered out to cleanse out the entire lungs.
But yeah, that's the only reason I'm like, y'all are kind of overreacting about this whole COVID shit.
I'm not even overreacting. I'm just taking the precautions for the people in my house.
Not you. I'm just talking about in general for everyone else. Like,
everyone else is freaking out about it, but
like it's the end of the world. Like, we're gonna be
well. Fine. There's also the psychology that comes into play.
And that's actually I was gonna go into that as well, like the lockdowns and stuff like that. I don't feel like we should lock down. It fucks people psychologically.
And I know 2 to 3 people who are basically fucked. It's like, as an extrovert, as a complete and utter extrovert, like, they can't even have a consistent thought about what they can do because they don't have that in-person interaction that is touch to touch. This is when the lockdown first started. And of course, when you find out that your friend has COVID, and then you have to isolate from them, they just feel morally obstructed, they feel hindered, they feel like they're belittled because of the disease. And just that solitude alone just makes them feel inferior.
Mm-hmm.
It just is the worst type of feeling that you could possibly have in this entire fucking world.
Yeah, like kids, like I think I saw a story, I think yesterday. Well, I say I don't watch the news, but I watch it every now and again. My mom has it on. But I go downstairs and watch it with her. I'm just talking to her or whatever, and I'll see it on the news. It's talking about a kid apparently was suicidal because hadn't seen her friend during the lockdown. I'm like, damn, that's so fucked up. I think she ended her own life or something like that.
Yeah, that was also one of those friends I found in Louisiana who committed suicide.
It was a young girl, actually. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Same kind of...
And Biden wants to do this again? Like... I don't know, man. If y'all ever look into something, it's kind of a conspiracy, but it's actually a document. It's called Operation Lockstep. It talks about all that shit. Like, it talks about how everything's going to go down and stuff like that. And talking about how they're going to shut the power and everything else, like they're doing in Texas.
Aren't you guys on, like, an independent grid anyway?
Yeah, but the thing is, though, we don't want the feds be involved with our grid. The thing is, I think there's people, from what I heard, I don't know if it's true or not, but there's apparently people like inside that work those people and stuff. They're trying to get the feds involved, so they're trying to shut off a power and stuff like that, so they can start bringing the feds in to help out with power.
I can tell you, with all these lockdowns and these shutdowns, widespread gentrification is the disgusting goal of the government. And once they take away your individuality, your culture, they take away that, and it changes the entire demographic, it'll look all the fucking same. You just become a drone.
I mean, think about what they're gonna do with I think they're supposed to. Isn't Biden supposed to put in like a carbon tax?
I haven't looked far. I think he was supposed to do a carbon tax, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So
I've heard that he wanted to do nothing but electric vehicles.
So he's gonna have basically our life, like our way of life, like the way we live and everything. Because you're bad, you're ugly, you're a human. You breathe carbon, cover your face. You gotta pay carbon tax. That's pretty much that's what they're saying. At least that's how I interpret it. It's like, I don't know. It's some wild shit, man.
And this is something that a friend of mine from another alliance and an MMORPG has mentioned. There's always this 30-year turnaround, if you understand what I'm going at with this, where in every political group, there's a shift from old to young people. And obviously you start to see some of these old blood start to shift away and a new blood come in, and it just becomes more chaotic and radicalized.
Right.
The lack of experience in trying to manage political gain and trust.
Well, the left is a good way to start on our free speech, honestly.
Essentially. It's one of the reasonings why I don't go to any political views, why I don't even view the right or the left, because both of their ideologies, in a way, are definitely wrong.
I just don't feel like I don't really agree totally with the right or totally with the left either. But I don't feel like the right should be censored on social media
because of the left's actions, and that's something I can understand.
It's ridiculous, honestly. Like, you'll post a meme or joke about Trump or like I say Trump, but really just anybody on the right. You don't hear anything about it. Haha, whatever. Go about your day. But once you just start talking about the left or talking about something stupid that that's Biden's doing, or if he's a damn zombie or whatever, it's like, I don't know where I am, memes and stuff like that. Talk about shit like that. It's just jokes, and people don't like it, and they try to censor you.
Oh, I know. Trust me. Why do you think I don't bother?
How is that not more authoritarian than anything like I've ever seen? And people just say like, oh, it's not gonna happen in real life and stuff like that, but it's definitely fucking manifesting. It's
manifesting because everybody else is responding to it. If you ignore it, it will go away. Like, you have to give it the sense of ignorance, because there's no point to even listening to them.
Sam, we got quiet. I'm sorry. We got down a rabbit hole.
Yeah, we did get down a rabbit hole. Sorry, dude.
No, I'm not letting you guys talk. I don't pay attention to shit like this because I don't honestly care. Whatever happens at this point.
And I feel the same way, but people just don't heed any warning, even if you say it. So I say it, they don't heed warning, and then the shit happens that I just warned them about.
That was my bad. I feel like it was kind of my fault way down the rabbit hole. I just feel like there were some things I wanted to say, get off my chest about what's going on.
It's no problem, bro. Oh, hey.
I mean, I'm not like a political hack or whatever. I'm not like, like some dude that's like, like super fucking genius or whatever, or anything like that. Like I just go by my own opinions and the way I see life. It's just what I believe,
Right. And if people are gonna go apeshit about that, then you have the right to ignore them and go about your day.
Yeah. I probably should start doing this shit on my own channel, honestly, talking about political shit. No one be watching me though. But I just feel like,
instant blacklisted. Instant.
But I feel like, like, I don't want to be like those people that go out on Twitter and they say like something like what's it called, virtue signal. Here we go, think of the word. I don't want to be one of those virtue signalers and expect someone to like uphear my opinion of something. I don't expect people to care about opinions, but I like to be heard sometimes.
Your opinion fucking sucks.
I like to.
It smells like an old person's fart while they were just circumcised.
I like people to I like to wake people up a lot of times too. Like, I like that. Like, it's cool. It's cool. Like, it's a cool feeling, honestly. I think I woke up one of my friends, my coworkers. I mean, at work, and I said something about. It was like when the pandemic first started or whatever, and I I was like, yeah, they're probably shutting us down because they want to bring the UN or something like that. And he was like, whoa. He was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Which is not really, it's kind of true. Not really.
Well, at least you know what is partially true and what is not, and what is false. That's the difference I can tell from you not being a complete conspiracy theorist. You can at least detect. You can at least detect points of where there's truth, and you can detect points of where there is something that is not true.
Yeah, like there's some things that, for instance, I'll listen to Alex Jones or whatever, and some things will say, I'm like, what? Saying like what? And some things like, yeah, that's true. You know, yeah, and sometimes I'll go look it up too. Like sometimes it just kind of to fact check it, you know. But I've been listening for so long. Some of the things he said, I kind of take it. I take it with a grain of salt. But there's some things he's been saying recently that's came out to be true, like shutting the power off and stuff like that. For instance, he's been saying that for a hot minute. I was like, we'll see.
Yeah.
Then it happens, and you're sitting there, and then you're sitting there like, fuck.
Yeah. And then sometimes you just get it stay up till like a fucking do a whole entire power. Oh god.
And then sometimes like the pandemic, you know, the pandemic shit going on. And he talks about it, and it's like they're gonna start with, you know, they're gonna start a fake pandemic, you know, shit like that. Just talking about shit like that or whatever. They're gonna start cutting off power and everything else, and you know shit like that. You know what I mean? And it's like it happens.
It just happens.
There's Jeffrey Epstein has kids in his basement, you know, and stuff like that. It's like, what the fuck? It comes out to be true. I'm like, shit. Guys, kids. I got these governments have fucking kids. Like they're raping kids.
I bet you will whatever here, but the things that come out true for Alex Jones is, I bet you for whatever he says, he mentions every possibility, and it gives the people who are under
I think I don't mean to cut you off, but I think the reason why it's hard to believe him sometimes is because he sits there and like he
goes off on tangents.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Exactly what it is. He gets crazy, and that's what happens. And sometimes it's hard to take what he says true. Sometimes.
You know why?
Then I'll listen to his other guys on like Owen Schroyer or David Knight, and they seem more. Not saying they're any more level-headed than Alex Jones. Alex Jones is kind of crazy, obviously, but he's pretty. They're pretty, you know, level-headed. I feel like more than Alex Jones would be.
Right, and I don't mean to jump in on this, but the reasoning why that Alex Jones has a grain of solid truth to everything that is said so far is mainly because when he says things way before its time, it ages like a fine wine. Yeah. And usually there's somebody else who's listening from the outside who can relay this information as like another plan to work with. And it's like a small bit of a contingency. Then anybody who is in government power can at least cause something like a lockdown or something like that to happen, or shut down the power grids of like Texas.
Mm.
Or, and that's basically it. Like, you probably don't commonly see somebody say, like, oh, we're going to shut down the power here, here, and here, and here.
Right.
You don't usually see that during the day. But if it's made up, and it's written in some kind of code format, then that's how they get the order done. That's just my possibility of seeing why Alex Jones' things come to life and true. For certain shit like that.
Yeah, like I said, it's just crazy to think about that kind of stuff.
In a way, it is. Okay, I'm sorry, but I'm looking at the fucking Soulja Boy video. That is just fucking ugly. That's fucking ugly, dude. Why would you just mutilate a console like that?
I don't know why he's making a console again. He already made one before and it failed, and his site got taken down. I think didn't he get a lawsuit from freaking Nintendo as well?
What, did it copy the same processing units as Nintendo did?
No, like he got like another actual illegal ROMs.
He got the illegal ROMs of the games.
Oh, he got those? Really?
Yeah, it was Nintendo, and I think it was also PlayStation. Yeah, PlayStation.
So he basically just gets sued for a bunch of shitty emulators, right?
Yeah, pretty much. It's pretty much just an emulator on a console.
Direct. It's fucking stupid. I mean, it makes it backwards compatibility for your old games anyway. So, and usually they ban any type of emulators nowadays. So I can't blame him for doing it on the first try. But this, the fuck is this?
That was his original console, anyways. The way it looks like right on the thumbnail. That was on Instagram.
Wow. Just
Not his Instagram, but on Soulja Boy console or whatever.
Right. I got no words for that. Homie. That looked like trash. Looked like a fucking trash bin. No, my DirectX drive is not working.
I don't see how he's gonna be able. I don't think he's gonna be able to compete with. It's definitely gonna be able to compete with freaking Sony.
Fuck no. You're talking about multimillionaire corporations here.
Yeah, and dude, I bet he doesn't have ray tracing capabilities on there or DLS or anything like that. So definitely not going to compete. It's gonna be super. If anything, if he does try to compete, it's gonna be super expensive.
You ought to be fucking insane to try and do shit like this.
I mean, it'd be cool if if it actually worked, But I doubt it would do anything because obviously, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo have a monopoly on everything on consoles right now. Like you don't see Sega come out anywhere. Sega come out of nowhere and just be like, "Here's a new Genesis console," or something like that. That'd be kind of cool to just Sega come out with a fucking console in fucking 2021. Out there.
I'm sorry. I just got a message from one of my friends in the line. Dude's cat passed away. That fucking sucks.
I hear about that.
Yeah.
Seems like he's about to fall asleep.
No.
Are you bored?
No, I'm just sitting here. Nothing to really talk about. For me, at least.
Oh yeah, no, you didn't want to bring anything up.
No, not really. I said everything I needed to say in the beginning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I feel you. Fuck.
What do you want to go ahead and close it here, or what?
If you want, you can do the outro.
All right. Okay, I can't think of anything right on top of my head I can talk about. I went off a random tangent about freaking Alice Jones, and at least I didn't start saying the frogs are gay and stuff. So I didn't say like, "What do I do, Lord?"
Kill them all.
Then you hear doom music.
Oh yeah.
All
Could be worse.
I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. And we'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.